Being watched. On September the 11th of 2025, a man from Mexicali, Mexico explains that nearly every night around 3 AM, he hears knocking at his front door, but every time he opens it, there's nobody there. Ever since he first opened the door, he has been seeing this strange old woman standing outside his house, just staring inside. On one night, the man decides to confront her, then this happens. He hears knocking on his door, but as he goes to check, he finds no one there. The very next night, he's woken up to something moving inside his house. Then the knocking continues. After hearing another strange sound, he opens the door and finds a plant root outside the door. He then starts seeing a cat staring right into his window at 4 AM, similarly to how the woman was. Because of all this, he thinks she might be a witch trying to get inside his house. Long history. In the following video, a man and his girlfriend decided to explore an old abandoned building located somewhere in Denver, Colorado, which served as a school until the 1970s and later became a residence for sisters known as Seton House. Then in 1982 it became a homeless shelter and later shut down and left abandoned, while currently waiting for renovations. The couple decided to explore it in the evening and captured something chilling. Watch closely.
What? Hello? Is there someone in there? I am not the police. Oh, it feels kind of eerie. I get a weird feeling over here, like a weird vibe from this whole place.
Do that whole thing and unlock the door, okay? We can get it, okay, baby?
Hold on.
While exploring the abandoned building, they came out into a small open area, and what looks like a woman can be seen just standing there in a black dress. What makes this stranger is that the woman doesn't seem to cast any shadow, and after a closer look, she appears to be a very pale grey colour, with a creepy looking appearance. Just moments after the camera captured the figure, it was no longer there. The couple stated that they didn't see anything with their eyes at the time. They can't help but believe they captured a lost soul somehow bound to the long history of Seton House. But I'll let you be the judge. The nursing room. The following video was posted on September the 17th of 2025, but was actually taken back in 2019 by a nurse who was recording a video for a woman who was a resident in the nursing home. The woman wanted to be filmed blessing a particular room of the nursing home, where many people tragically pass away inside. Many of the nurses refer to the room as the death room because, just like the name implies, any resident who ends up staying there either passes away within a few months or gets extremely sick. So the old woman decides to cleanse the room and plans to post the footage on her Facebook page, but things take a terrifying turn for the worst, and she ends up not posting it. Watch closely.
Heavenly Father, I ask for your divine presence to fill this space. May your light shine brightly through every room, cleansing this home of any negativity, fear, or unrest. Let peace dwell in every corner and love be the foundation of every wall. Bless this home with your protection, surrounding it with your angels, and shielding it from harm and evil. May every door be a passage to your grace, and every window open to your blessings. In Jesus' name.
The rosary suddenly lifts up as if yanked towards the dark room, but clearly there's nobody there. We can also see at the exact time this occurs, her arm and wrist are both still and not moving, so this shouldn't happen. The nurse recording, named Camilla, explains that while she was filming the video, she felt sick to her stomach, as if there was an unusual pressure lingering there. She's convinced that there is something haunting about the room. And on another day, a different event occurs that makes her even more certain. During a group therapy class with a therapy dog, one of her co-workers captures this.
You like the sucker? You ready to go take a shower? Yeah, here. Is Tom working? Where's your other sucker? You want to have one? Use it. Yeah.
Really?
Out of nowhere, the therapy dog just up and leaves the group session and walks right up to the death room, only to completely stand still and stare inside and start whimpering as if something weren't right. This is very strange behavior, especially considering the fact that this is a highly trained dog that has never left the group or its owner before. It's as if the dog felt compelled to go up to the room for some reason. But if nothing is there, why is the dog whimpering and staring into an empty room? The nurses could only come to the conclusion that the room is haunted, simply due to the fact that residents mysteriously die inside. On another occasion, while the nurses are working, something chilling happens. Watch closely.
Why is it beeping?
I don't know, no one's in there.
It's crazy.
Get the light, get the light.
You say you checked it?
Yes. Did you just get that on camera? No. Stop. No, I'm not playing with you anymore. I don't like this. No, I don't like this. I don't like this. I don't like this. This is insane right now. Right there.
Okay, you're gonna stop this right now.
Firstly, the indicator above the door starts flashing, suggesting that someone inside is in need of assistance. Then the door starts to close by itself. But like always, as they head inside, there's nobody there. In fact, the room has been vacant for some time, and nobody is actually living there at all. The supervisor even tried to demand whatever it is to stop, but it hasn't made a difference. So, just what exactly is lurking inside of room 112? Let me know your thoughts on this one down below. Unknown visit. The following video comes from a Reddit user who was fast asleep one night, when all of a sudden he woke up to a strange sound, even though he was all alone, and he started to feel a heavy sensation on his chest. This happened once before, but this time he decided to pull his phone out and record it. This is what he captured. What looks like a dark shadow figure can be seen quickly entering the room and moving past his camera view, before its head can be seen again peeking out on the left side before the video ends. The man states at the time he didn't see anything with his eyes until replaying the footage. Till this day he has no idea who or what visited him that night. This next video comes from Macallan Horror Nights, also known as the #1 haunted house in South Texas. While the place is known for being a good scary attraction, something creepy would be captured by one of the CCTV cameras stationed all over the premises. Late one evening, an employee was on the closing shift closing the venue down on her own, when something undeniably chilling happens. As the employee attempts to go past the mannequin, its head suddenly shifts towards her, causing her to stop in her tracks and stare at it, in disbelief. Then its head just suddenly twists all the way to the side, instantly scaring the girl out of the room. This mannequin doesn't have any moving mechanisms and nobody else was around to move it, so this shouldn't have happened. But as always, I'll let you be the judge. If you have any video recommendations, you can send them over to depthsofdespairbusiness@gmail.com or tag us on TikTok at depthsofdespairyt. On the highway. A horrifying 911 call recently emerged from the police department in Pender County, North Carolina. A man was just driving down the Black River on Highway 210 around 11 p.m. when he sees a man standing on the side of the road, bleeding with streaks of blood going down his body. The man was just standing there staring at the road as the driver passed by. Initially, he called 911 to report the scene when things take an utterly terrifying turn for the worst. The following is what was recorded.
Pender County 911, what's the address of your emergency?
I'm driving on 210. I just crossed the Black River, and I thought I saw a guy standing on the side of the road bleeding.
Okay, where are you at, sir?
I'm on 210. I just crossed the Black River. I'm heading towards 53 East. I just passed Patriots Lunch.
Okay, so you're over near Morse Creek?
Yes.
Okay. And did you saw a man standing on the side of the road? What was that, sir?
That's not human! That's not human!
Sir, are you okay, sir?
There's something in the bed of my truck!
Okay, what's in the road?
No, it's not in the road, it's in my truck! In the bed!
There's something in the bed of your truck?
Yes, Yes, ma'am, I just turned on my bed light for my truck and there's something in my bed.
Okay, sir, when you say something, what do you mean?
I just knocked it off of the bed of my truck and went over my roof.
Okay, what was it?
According to the CAD notes and the deputy reports, this thing jumped into the back of his pickup truck and began to actually beat on the top of the cab of his truck. You could actually hear something beating on the top of the truck. The caller stated that it was beating and scratching on the top of the cab of his truck. He actually stated that he was able to engage his bed light and was able to somewhat identify this object that was in the back of his truck. At some point, he was able to slam on his brakes, and the force of inertia actually threw this thing out over his hood and onto the highway, where this thing stood up in the roadway, made its way to the wood line, and disappeared in the woods.
Just as the man called to report the injured person on the side of the road, a thump is heard on his truck. Something managed to catch up to his vehicle and jump inside. And keep in mind, he was going 60 miles per hour down the highway. Till this day, the man has tried to forget about this incident, as he is still shocked by what he had seen. It's unclear if the person he had seen was the same thing that ended up jumping on his truck, but he managed to shake it off and it ran into the woods. The police then launched a thorough investigation in the area but found no signs of anything strange. So the question remains, just what jumped into his truck and started scratching the top? As always, I'll let you draw your own conclusions. The doll. In the following video, a woman explains that sometimes she finds objects misplaced around the house, and would often hear noises that she just can't seem to explain. She believes the cause of this may be a doll that she has acquired online recently. So one day, she decides to interact with it and play around while recording to see if anything unusual happens, when she captures this.
Так, я кормлю Лизочку. Сначала хочу дать ей помидорку. Тут вот разные овощи есть. Кушай. Так, теперь давай. Что?
The doll starts to move by itself, catching the girl's attention as she stops and looks into the camera. Then it happens again and she just quickly rushes out of there. After this, she attempted to contact the person online who she got it from, but could no longer find them. Is this a real ghost caught on camera, or just an intricate ruse? You judge.